Hello, dear students. We are continuing with Lesson 8, The Hack Driver by Sinclair Lewis from our supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. And in the last class, we have seen that the young lawyer author, along with Will, were searching Oliver Lutkins because he was needed by a law firm in a case. And Bill, who was himself Oliver Lutkins, but he was befooling the author, he took him all the places and pretended that they were unable to find Oliver Lutkins. They had lunch together, and finally, Bill took Oliver Lutkins to the farm of his own mother. Even the author was not known to this, and when they reached there, Oliver's mother, she was a tall and fat woman, and when Will asked where was Oliver Lutkin, she shouted on them, and after that, you know, Bill told her that this, young man, or you can say the author, has come to serve, serve summons from the court, and he was having legal right to search their all properties to find Oliver Lutkins. Now let's start. Will made me sound very important, and the woman was impressed. Now the author found that Will said very important thing, and the woman was impressed also. She retired into the kitchen, and we followed. Now when this woman, Oliver's mother, she moved towards the kitchen, and these two fellows, they also followed her. She seized an iron from the old fashioned stove and marched on us shouting. She took, seized, caught an iron from the old fashioned stove over there and marched headed towards them shouting, "You search all you want to if you don't mind getting burnt first." And she said, of course, you can search whatever you want if you don't want to. Uh, if you don't mind getting burned first, that first you have to get burned, after that you can search. She shouted and laughed at our frightened retreat means receding back, getting back. Now these two people, they are afraid and they stayed back, and that woman, she shouted and laughed on them. "Let's get out of here. She'll murder us," Bill whispered. Now, Will, he spoke in a low voice that let's go from here, otherwise, this lady would murder us. Outside, he said, "Did you see her smile? She was laughing at us." And he also said that, have you noticed her smile? She was laughing at us. I agreed that it was pretty disrespectful treatment. We did, however, search the house. Now, even the lawyer was agree that the lady treated them with very disrespect. Yet we did, however, search the house. But at last they searched the house, since it was only 1 story high. Because the house was only 1 story high, Will went round it, peering in at all the windows. Now they started searching him, everywhere. We examined the barn, it's a place for putting grains, and stable also, even stable where horses are kept, a place for keeping horses. Then we were reasonably certain that Lutkins was not there, and finally they concluded that Will was not there. It was nearly time for me to catch the afternoon train, and Will drove me to the station. Now it was the time of the train to go back for the author, and Will drove him back to the station. On the way to the city, I worried very little over my failure to find Lutkins. So whenever he was coming back on the way to the city, when he was coming back to his city, I worried very little over my failure. He was not much worried about his failure to find Lutkins. Okay, if I couldn't find, then it's all right. I was too busy thinking about Will Magnuson. Really, I considered returning to New Mullion to practice law. Now, the author is saying that he was all the time busy in thinking about Will Magnuson, who was a very friendly man, and this lawyer, he was thinking that he would return to New Mullion and start doing his law practice there. If I had found Will so deep and richly human, might I not grow to love Fritz and Gustav and 100 other low spoken, simple, wise neighbors? Now he is thinking, suppose he might have not found Bill such a deep, sincere, you know, uh, good human, he would have not met Fritz and Gustav and hundreds of peoples, those who were low spoken, simple, and wise neighbors of him. I pictured an honest and happy life beyond the strict limits of universities and law firms. Now see, he was making a picture of a life full of honesty and happiness beyond the strict limits of university and law firms where he's working. I was excited, he was very excited that he met such a fabulous person and saw such a nice place. I had found a treasure. He was feeling just like he found some treasure. Treasure mean a store or a collection of valuable things. I had discovered a new way of life. The author is saying that there he found a new way of life. But I did not think much about Lutkins. The office did. And he was thinking whether he was not thinking, the author was not thinking that much about the this Oliver Lutkins, but the office will definitely think, as I found them all upset. They all were upset. Next morning the case was coming up in the court. The very next day there would be hearing in the court, and they had to have Lutkins, and they wanted Lutkins over there. I was a shameful, useless fool. Now, this man, he was feeling himself shameful and useless. And that morning, my promising legal career almost came to an end before it had begun. And that morning he came to know that his promising mean bright, his bright career was almost going to end before it had started. What happened? Let's see. The chief almost murdered me. The chief was very angry with him. He hinted that I might do well at digging ditches. He said that instead of doing this job in a law firm, he should dig ditches, he should dig holes in the ground. I was ordered back to New Mullion, and with me went a man who had worked with Lutkins. So, this man, this young man, the author, the young lawyer, he was sent back to the village along with a man who already knew Oliver Lutkins. Now, I was rather sorry because it would prevent my loafing all over again. With will loafing mean wandering aimlessly. So this young man, he was not happy, was feeling sorry, was feeling bad that someone was going with him, because if someone would go with him, he would not get a chance to loaf, to wander aimlessly all over with Bill. When the train arrived at New Mullion, Will was on the station. Okay, as earlier happened, similarly, when the train arrived at New Mullion, Bill was already there on the station platform near his cart. Okay, strangely enough, that old tigress Lutkin's mother was there talking and laughing with Bill, not quarreling at all. And the young lawyer found it very strange that old tigress, Lutkin's mother, she was also there talking to Bill and laughing with him, but not quarreling at all. From the train steps, I pointed Bill out to my companion and said, "There is a fine fellow, a real man. I spent the day with him." So as he was on the train steps, he pointed to that man who came with him that he is the genuine person. Bill is a real person and he spent the whole day with him. He helped you hunt for Oliver Lutkins? Then that man who came with him, he asked whether this man helped you in finding Oliver Lutkins. Yes, he helped me a lot. He must have. He's Lutkins himself. So he said definitely he must have helped you because he is himself Oliver Lutkins who was pretending to be Bill and making fun of this young lawyer. Now, what really hurt me was that when I served the summons, Lutkins and his mother laughed at me as though I were a bright boy of 7. And the most, bad thing or the thing which hurt the narrator or the author most, that was when he was serving the summons to Lutkins, he as well his mother, they were laughing at him as if he was a 7-year-old boy. With loving kindness, they begged me to go with them to a neighbor's house for a cup of tea. And with very kindness, very lovingly, they asked him to go to a neighbor's house to have a cup of coffee. I told them about you and they are anxious to look at you, said Lutkins joyfully. Now, Oliver Lutkins, he happily said that I told about you to these neighbors and they were worried to see you. They are excited to see you. They wanted to meet you. They are about the only folks in the town that missed seeing you yesterday. He also added that these neighbors are the only people those who couldn't meet you yesterday. So that's all. This was the story. Rest we'll do later.